Today we're talking about, my time in prison and you know, what life is like for me now and how life has changed, all right? So anyway, listen, the first thing I want to talk to you about is this, right? Sometimes when you're locked up, other men, the COs, the warden, other inmates, the janitors, they're gonna test you. They're gonna test your mettle, right? They're gonna see they're gonna see exactly what type of inmate you are. Are you a bitch? Are you a chomo? Maybe maybe you're a lipstick boy. I don't know. I don't know what type of prisoner you are. I know what type of prisoner I was. And this one time I was doing some hard time at this Russian supermax prison. You know, and I didn't know much of the language. I didn't know much of the customs, but I knew one thing. I was a bad motherfucker, and I wasn't gonna take shit from nobody in that fucking motherfucking prison hellhole. No, I wasn't. So, the first day when they fucking let me into Gen Pop, I just saw the biggest motherfucker in there. I walked straight up to him and I said, "Excuse me, sir. Who runs this bitch?" He looked down at me and he said something in Russian. And you know what? I don't really know what that was. He tried to grab me by the throat and push my head down to suck his dick. I went down willingly and I fucking blew him. I blew him well. I just, I gobbled it all down. I did. And then I took on like two of his buddies. And like, you don't understand, right? When you're in jail, you need to show people you ain't no bitch. You need to show people that nobody's gonna take advantage of you. So that's what I did. I blew the biggest man in there, who was also the baddest man in there. So I thought for the next couple hours till I found out he was not the baddest man in there. But that's another story for a different time. But listen, I showed them that your boy Perkins wasn't ready to play no games. Nah, man. I straight up told them all. I said, "Listen, you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you, and that's what we do." Fucking 90210 Perkins up in this motherfucker. So that was my first day inside a Russian Supermax. You know, there was a lot of times throughout, my many incarcerations throughout the years where I would get bored. And boredom will really fuck with your mind when you in jail. You understand me? Boredom will get the best of you at times and get you thinking some silly shit. So I remember this one time I got real bored and I started reading this book, right? Something about this monkey that went to a zoo for a day. It was pretty enlightening. I learned a lot of life shit out of that book. One of the things I learned about this book and this George fella in this book was that no matter what happens in life, you always need to pique your curiosity. So later on that night, I was going down to take a shower. And I'm scrubbing up and I'm singing to myself. It's like do 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 do, lies on my chest, do 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 do, lies on my balls, and then I hear behind me, do 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 do, lies on my dick, and I turn around. I'm like, "Excuse me," and it was this big Russian fellow, and he says, "Stolnikov, you will lather my dick." It was something like that. I don't really know. Anyway, I was like, "I'll show you what I'm gonna lather," and I grabbed him by the cock, right? And I started jacking him off, right? And I'm looking into his eyes and I'm staring into his soul as I'm gripping up his hard pee-pee. And I just say to him, hey, maybe after this you want to watch Back to the Future with me? And he was like, he pretty much told me no and called me gay. And fucking left me with all this splooge in my hand. But whatever, like, you know what I did? I did watch Back to the Future afterwards, and that was pretty cool. That was alright, you know. I seen a lot of shit happen when I was in jail. This one time I was doing time in Chino, right? And there was my boy, Supreme Officer of the Crips and Bloods. He was both. And he came walking in from fucking gig. He got in trouble early in the day, and he had to go sit down and talk to the warden, you know, because you fuck around and do some dumb shit, and the warden gonna gank you up and fucking sit you down for a little talking to. So anyway, he comes walking back in from the warden's office, and all of a sudden, man, it was about 133,000 guys ran up on him with knives, and they all started stabbing him. And I'm just sitting back, I'm like, no, buddy, what's gonna happen? And then in my mind, I also start thinking, like, damn, if he dies, I think I get all his stuff. I'm not sure how this works in here. Jail's a little different than fucking regular life, but I think I do get all his stuff if he dies. But anyway, all fucking 300,000 of these dudes are stabbing him up, and he's fighting them all off with a broomstick. Yeah. Because you can't lay down for nobody when you're in jail unless you're gonna make sweet love to them. But my man is just, he's swag. You ever see the movie 300? It was like that, but with one versus like 689,476, something along those lines. He did get caught a few times. He did, and he did have to go to medical. But, you know, the one thing that you can learn from this is that, you know, anytime a large group of people run up on you, you grab a broomstick, you grab anything close by, and you start hitting back. You just start hitting back. You know, you just cannot let anybody in jail make you their bitch. Nah. Cause then if you do that, next thing you know, man, you're gonna be doling out hand jobs to everybody. They're gonna make you a lipstick boy. You know, and me and my boys, we didn't play that shit. I remember after my man got out of medical, right? You know, I stopped by his cell and I said, yo, Supreme Officer, salute. How you feeling? And he looked me in the eyes and he said, I'll be feeling a lot better if you put your lips on my dick. And you know, he's my buddy and all, and I did not want him to feel bad, so I did. You know, I made him feel better, because they would not give him any prescription medication. So I found out later that they gave him, like, actually an obscene amount of prescription medication, because apparently his sister-in-law was the head nurse in the infirmary. So anyway, but that's besides the point. You know, the main story that I want you kids to take home is that, you know, just like in the regular world, when life gives you problems, and when people in jail give you problems, you need to suck that dick. You suck the dick of life. You suck the dick in jail. Either which way, you're gonna be alright, because people take care of you, and you end up being like, I'm not gonna say like you end up being a bitch or something, but you definitely, you know, you get protected. And I'm not fit for the outside world, so I'll tell you what, every other day I'm hiding behind the local grocery store, and I'm like, psst, psst, hey, Mr. Jenkins, come here, buddy, I gotta talk to you real quick. And he'll come over and he'll be like, hey, what can I do for you, buddy? I'll be like, hey, I need a couple bucks. Can I give you a little sucky sucky? Next thing you know, boom, got $4.32 in my hand. And I'm a little closer to buying a pack of cigarettes for the guy that I live with. I also may or may not suck on his pee-pee because I cannot afford full rent. Because every time I come home from work, he usually takes my money and holds it for me. But listen, you gotta understand, there's guys like me, 1090 Jake, fucking Milk 74. We know what it's like in and out of prison, and we're gonna give you like the best point of views and tell you like how you live your life and how to pretty much how to roll, and teach you about that. So keep your head up, keep flip flopping with you while flip flop with me, and I'll catch you on the next one. And just remember, yeah, all right now, okay.